Okay. Hey, it's Veronica and welcome back to another video. I think this is day 5 of 9. Let me just... Okay, there we go. Day 5 of 9. I almost didn't make this video. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I'm not feeling it today. But you know what? I'm gonna do it. I have to follow through with what I started. Now, I was gonna do something else today, but I think I wanna do this just because... I don't know, it's more fun for me to talk about, but I'm going to talk about the 5 top tips for going vegan. From me to you, if going vegan or plant-based is something that you are interested in doing. Now, I've been vegan for 3 years now, and I say that with a bit of caution because I don't have a veganursary, I don't know how, a vegan anniversary. You can probably put those words together better than I can. I'm not very creative. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna just get right into this and I'm gonna start with tip number 1. So tip number 1, I have it written down so I can look just in case I forget, but research. I think that is so important. Because no one is, well, for the most part I should say, most of us were not born vegan. I come from a Hispanic, Latino household, you know what I mean? And I grew up eating meat with every meal. And I was a huge meatitarian. Like, if there was not meat on my plate, I didn't feel like I had eaten enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel like my meal was complete. So I was having meat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and sometimes snacks in between as well. Which, looking back at it, like, it's crazy and it honestly makes me really sad. But, you know, it's all about learning and evolving. So doing research is key, I think, to going vegan. When you do your research, you're gonna find out about the benefits of going vegan, the benefits for the environment, for yourself, and of course, animal welfare, which for me was one of the biggest reasons I went vegan. Research takes time, so don't expect becoming a vegan is just gonna happen, you know, at the blink of your fingers, at the snap of your fingers, blink of an eye, you know what I mean? It's not gonna happen overnight. Doing research, it takes time, and that's okay. Tip number 2 is be forgiving. Understand yourself, you know what I mean? Like, give yourself and cut yourself some slack. Like I mentioned for tip number 1, not everyone is born a vegan, you know? We are for the most part, born omnivores, you know, eating meat. So it's okay to be like, I don't know what the heck is going on, and to slip up, maybe have some yogurt accidentally here, or have a piece of chicken because you don't know what else to eat for dinner that night. That's a-okay. I would be a liar if I said that I didn't do that. Slip up several times when I was making an order, or or eat a piece of chicken when I was transitioning. It's okay for that to happen. Don't be afraid to voice the fact that you're vegan. And I mean this in the sense of, like, when you go to a restaurant, it's okay to ask your server, your waitress, if they have any plant-based vegan meals for you. Now, this was something that was very, very difficult for me when I first was transitioning, because I felt like I was being a pain. You know, I was the odd one out in my group of friends. I was always the problematic one. But you know what? No. It's okay to be the problematic one. You are going somewhere where they're providing you a service, and they need to be able to accommodate to your dietary restrictions, with sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it just means that you end up having fries. But that's another thing. Before you go somewhere and you know that perhaps they might not be a plant-based restaurant, call beforehand, maybe look at their menu before you go, see what you might be able to substitute, what you might not be able to substitute. See if there's options for you. If there isn't, maybe eat before going, and if there is, then great. Now you know, right? Okay, number 4, surround yourself with it. This is really important, you know. I think that you are, like, you're not saying you are like the 5 closest people that you surround yourself with. Well, it's the same when it comes to literally anything else, really. What you surround yourself with on a daily basis is what you're going to be, you know? So the people that you follow on social media, maybe start, you know, slowly going through your social media and following vegan, plant-based lifestyle bloggers, recipe bloggers, because when it comes to finding recipes and when it comes to, you know, transitioning your wardrobe or transitioning literally everything else in your life, because that's what it means to go vegan, you're gonna need help. You know, you're not gonna know, because again, not everyone is born knowing these things, and that's something that I really want to hammer into your head, that you're not going to know all these things right off the bat, and that's fine. But that's why, again, it's really important to surround yourself with it so that you can just take it all in and become it and envelop yourself in it. Okay, now tip number 5. Cravings are normal. It is a-okay to have cravings, and when I say cravings, I mean meat, I mean dairy. It's normal. If you grew up eating meat, steak, bacon, cheese, you know, you're going to have moments where you crave those things, and that's normal. It's human, you know what I mean? It's human. Now for me, whenever I get these cravings, again, because I was a huge meatitarian, whenever I get these cravings, I just eat something, because it just means that my tummy is empty, I'm probably hungry, and I need to get something in my system. When I get cravings, like sometimes you crave unhealthy food too, you know what I mean? Like, and that just goes for anyone, whether you're an omnivore or whether you're completely plant-based, you just get these cravings. But just because, you know, you crave ice cream 5 times a week doesn't mean that you should have ice cream 5 times a week. It's the same kind of like logic where it's like, well, substitute the ice cream for that nice cream with the bananas, right? It's kind of like that. It's very similar. So just fill your belly up with some good, nutritious, plant-based meal that maybe you got off Instagram because you follow a plant-based blogger, and you're set, nice and easy. And then just some side notes that I wanted to point out. I guess these are just small tips. Once you finally go vegan, mark the day, because it's a celebration. I made the mistake of not marking the day, which is why I have a rough estimate of 3 years. I'm not 100% sure if it's 3 years, but I'm pretty sure it's around 3 years that I've been a vegan for. But mark the day so that you can celebrate it every year. It's a big deal, you know what I mean? It is not an easy transition, but once you get there and you do it, you notice, oh my gosh, things just come so much easier than I thought that they would. And another thing that I wanted to say is baby steps, little baby steps. It's not gonna happen overnight. Like I said, it happens in steps. That's why when I have a friend that's transitioning, I say transitioning, because they're not yet fully plant-based and they're still a little bit omnivore-ish. So that's their transitioning period. And you know, that's fine. My period, I think my transitioning period was probably 7 or 8 months. Yours could be up to a year, maybe 2 years, but it's all about learning, right? And again, I say maybe 2 years, depending on how busy you are, how often you can do research. I think that's really important. And the last thing I want to say is, you know, watch documentaries. They're really informative and they'll scar you. Especially the animal welfare ones, I think, for me at least, scarred me like so hard. Like just a lot of crying went into that when I was watching them, and they really impact you, you know, and I think that that's what we need to see. We need to see impactful stuff, or else we won't change. And sometimes I kind of forget. I'm like, oh, like, especially when you're surrounded by unvegan people, it is very easy to forget why you went vegan, and those reminders, having those reminders is really important. So again, following those influencers, bloggers on social media is really important. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Don't want to take up too much of your time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good one. Love you.